part where nobody talking, but you still hear it breathing. Pressure don't make a sound till it cracks something.
What's up, MK Master?
Yeah.
Alright, this is the 95 song.
Ain't dead, just pause. Like God, his style. Everybody left when it got too calm. I stayed, I learned what quiet cost. Yeah, ain't no hype, just hums in the basement. Block stack slow like patience. Church flat line, but my faith and I'm used to the room getting vacant. They laugh when you build and the drop till they need what you build to get out. Pressure don't warn you, it whispers. One tick, then the whole thing flips. Now I've been tucked in the calm too long.
It's interesting. Binance top traders positioned in LTC and BCH here. I don't know how relevant this is, but it's interesting. And this is the most vertical, like again, the volume here is pretty intense. Most divergence I've seen on AD, which is another volume indicator. I don't look at it very much, but there hasn't been a decline where we've seen a pretty impressive vertical rise in AD. All these other previous declines, there's accumulation going on, but AD and price in the same direction. There's really no example of this happening. Yeah, Master's right. We might actually get, it's looking more like that, Litecoin breaking out against everything. Like, it is bottoming, it looks like it's bottoming out more quickly here against others. We'll see if this continues, but I'd say if the rotational aspect from smart traders is happening right now, that we're seeing from this relatively significant increase in volume at the lows, at the bottom point of this symmetrical triangle. Like, I don't know, you could have a low volume retest of this. In fact, kind of like 90 bucks, but we'll see how it evolves over the coming days. But we see the same volume prints that we've seen prior to every other expansion. Prior to this one on the Bitcoin bear, prior to this one here, and prior to this. Only a few of us. I didn't post it on X yet. Like, I'm getting lighter. What's up, Aaron? I saw your comment on X. I don't know. I don't think it looks too bad. It looks just about like everything else. Although, I think the overall, the symmetrical triangle structure with the increase in volume at the lows seems more bullish. The top traders or the best performing traders are 80% long Litecoin with funding rates and open interest pretty low. Right. Funding rates are still negative and open interest has fallen off to Lows not seen since February. I'd say if negative funding continues and the spot volume continues, the pressure is going to be on shorts. I mean, if this can really rally out of here against others, against everything else, realistically. It's hard to tell. Bitcoin doesn't look very strong, but maybe it retests these wick lows. I don't know. I would never buy Bitcoin here. And I don't agree with the idea that Bitcoin has... I think the most bullish case is if Bitcoin rises and rallies here, because then we can get the transactional migration that can pump Litecoin, but there's way more speculation in BTC than anything else. I think it's the riskiest from a long-term perspective. Looks like Zcash is rolling over, so we don't really have any... What's interesting, actually, let me pull this up. If you look at inflow, outflow, I don't know if this is all exchanges, but Litecoin's been one of the most significant with net outflow.
How to breathe under pressure. They kept asking, when's it gonna happen? But it ain't already in motion.
Like, we had the most significant net outflow from exchanges for Litecoin.
The longer the fuse,
Really ever.
the bigger the detonation.
Like, this is pre-2020 cycle.
And I needed it long.
It wasn't that significant.
Needed
It started a bit through this range, but got more aggressive here.
slow. Needed every inch of
And on a
space to
total dollar basis, even though it's way smaller than XRP, it's about the same.
architecture. Each year, another layer of smoke under the floor.
XRP is like a
Reached out,
20x larger asset,
another inch of powder line in
and the
the
dollar net outflow volume is very similar. I mean, it's higher than XRP before the breakout.
8 years that he fell off. I didn't fall. I was following the fuse. Now, listen close. That sound you hear in time running out.
Zcash, like, this is further evidence that we're topping out. You had a lot of
Catching up.
long-term holders sell for 1,000% gain or whatever. Close 800%.
Is what it was leading to.
So I'll actually use this going forward. This is called the top here in Solana. Massive weekly inflow, $600 million dumped.
Like I ain't mapped the blast radius 5 winters back. Like I ain't write the code, bury it under their arrogance. You don't set detonation, you schedule it. Yeah, this ain't love, it's latency. Every L was latency. Watch the noise, took notes on the symmetry. Now the pattern hums back at me. Perfect pitch, perfect timing. They busy guessing, I was reminded. I ain't chased nothing, I designed it. All these charts look random till you wild.
Hold on one sec.
All these keys look safe till you light up the chain. Pressure never broke me, it baked me. They thought it was quiet, I was calibrated. Every pause, pin in the map. Now the room glow white, detonate.
I lost the chat. I need to refresh the chat.
It was quiet, I was calibrated. Every pause, pin in the map.
Can't wait for it to pump so we can up Vegas.
Hey
Goodness. Tired of waiting? Yeah, I think we all are. I don't know how long this can consolidate for, but I don't know. There's no historical precedent for this happening. We've never seen a cryptocurrency with this narrowing volatility on this super high time frame, 3 month. Just constantly getting rejected by the same horizontal resistance with higher lows. Like, it's nowhere near anything else that we've seen. Like, both any other cryptocurrency, they either trend down towards zero or they pump and dump. Like, Bitcoin Cash doesn't look like this. There's nothing. ETH never went sideways. Even the XRP of pre-2017 rally. It's only 4 candles. Litecoin's like 16. So I don't know. It's extremely compressed volatility for the crypto market overall. Is it worth it to live in New York City? I think it depends on what you like. Just keep rotating your BNB into Litecoin? Yeah. I almost bought that when it first launched and I never touched it. Yeah, I'm not that bullish on crypto exchanges. I think the overall casino can't get any bigger. Yeah, I mean, gold and silver is a great example. I mean, that's extreme patience. Nothing crypto could ever fathom. This is almost 45 years to get to new all-time highs. It's kind of like the Japanese stock market. So from low to high here is 51 days, and then high to low consolidated 137. This is 21, followed by 50 days. So it's about like 2.5 times the length of the rally. This is only 10 days of 20 days of consolidation. Take us to the end of the month. I think we break out next month. Before, maybe at the end of this month or start of next. But it could happen anytime. Base out here. And the next test of the highs, I don't know how it gets rejected again. Yeah, a lot of these other altcoins that dumped the hardest and had the biggest relief bounce are now showing weakness again. I think Litecoin's gonna reclaim its relative strength. But small caps, the Russell 2000 is breaking new all-time highs. So maybe finally. We see rotation.
Still frames frozen in sound. I walk through them like holy ground. Every ghost a teacher now. Every fall rewrote the vow. The fire didn't end, it changed form. Heat became hot, pain became norm. They see ruin, I see reform. Still the same light, just reborn.
Nothing else saw new all-time highs in AD on Coinbase except Litecoin.
The detonation wasn't destruction, it was removed. Was that blow? So still light in the low. Still proving the code. Every scar lit this show.
I guess on Binance it did, but
When it's gone, that's how I know. I was never just watching, I was home. Yeah. The sound still moves even after it fades. The light still lives inside this shade. The calm ain't silence, it's space. The end ain't lost, it's
how does what look? ETH? What do you mean? Oh, ETH. I don't know. They all these charts kind of look the same to me. But ETH's still holding above these 2024 highs. There's this belief that ETH needs to rally to get alt season, but I don't think we're seeing a broad-based alt season. I think that narrative became a reality because ETH beta assets were the alt season of 2017 and then similar 2021, as well as ETH competition. But the alt season could just happen and on the proof of work side. Kind of already is, right? Dash, Zcash. Just nobody's paying attention because those are so relatively small compared to all the proof of stake coins.
Talking, but you still hear it breathing. Pressure don't make a sound till it cracks some. Yeah. Yeah. Whole market been holding its call. Ain't dead, just pause. Like God his style. Everybody left when it got too calm. I stayed, I learned what quiet cost. Yeah. Ain't no hype, just hums in the basement. Block stack slow like patience. Charge flat line, but my faith in it. I'm used to the room getting vacant. They laugh when you build and it drop till they need what you build to get out. Pressure don't warn you, it whispers. One tick, then the whole thing flips. Now I've been tucked in the calm too long. Yeah. Can feel the wall start singing songs. Yeah. They don't see heat till it fall they lands. They don't see the flash till it's gone. Yeah. Pressure point, we close. Whole world leaning on its post. You can call it still, I call it low. Oh, 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 oh. Quiet, don't be froze. They scroll past proof like ads. Call faith delusion. Call time sad, but time stays.
What's up, just me? Litecoin's way too boring. Yeah, that's why everyone's giving up on it. I see all the influencers, except Tony. Like this guy tweets a lot about not liking Litecoin, or that it's boring. Same with that decode jar guy. They all gave up on it. But I think they interpret, like many people in here, interpret consolidation as weakness, when it's really not. It's so structurally different from anything else that's broken out
Numbers dancing,
underneath. Like this XRP rally, I feel like was largely just due to regulatory hype. This wasn't like organic compression, just uncertainty and then pumped on news. But there's no real demand side compression, like fundamentally, that can lead to a more significant and extended breakout move. Has to rely on hype. And I keep seeing these Ripple ads everywhere. They're all over New York. So it's just hype momentum. Zcash, again, it was like another one that did something similar to XRP. And this was losing relevance on the fundamental side. And it's back down to where it was, 6,000 transactions a day. So this wasn't organic either. This is people getting together and noticing it's a small cap token. And they have relatively large influence. Massive inflows onto the exchange at the all-time high, or the 21 high. There's nothing organic that can keep it pumping. Litecoin's fundamentally different than anything in the whole space. Right, no real marketing. Just fundamental growth. And demand side catalysts that can push it if we get it, finally. So it's something that I think can, once it breaks out, has a better story, has better long-term prospects, is more illiquid on the ask side. Yeah, I don't know why. Like, invert the chart and look at this. It looks like it's rolling over. Especially if you... Like, it looks like it wanted to roll over here. Now it's just making one slight lower high. Just dump it. Kind of looks like this, except way longer. So yeah. What else has this much compressed stored energy where it's actually, you know, largely organic? Nothing. What's up, Wing Hong? Do I think we'll get the breakout this year? Probably. I think so, but I've been wrong before, so I'm surprised it didn't break out last time. But even though we had the biggest liquidation event in crypto history, and we're holding up pretty well. So yeah, if I had to guess, I'd say that I mean, I don't know how long it'll stay here at the bottom. But I think it's gonna be, you know, the time we spent at the bottom was, or in the top initially, when forming this range was quite a long time. We're at it to the mid-range, fell back down to the lows.
Not last month. 8 years.
So I don't know, either we consolidate around here,
Because real ignition don't flash.
and eventually, you know,
How to breathe under pressure.
break through, or
I
this
kept
just
asking,
starts immediately reversing.
when's it gonna happen? It ain't already in motion.
But
Like every delay was a part of the burn.
I don't know, whether you're looking at the pair charts or the dollar,
All
it's
my
like all
fears.
pointing to the same thing. And each
Bigger than
correction is shallower in
and I needed it long.
price retracement and in time.
Needed it all.
From the highs to lows here, it took 125 days.
Needed every inch of
This time it was 63
You call it failure.
from low back to the high,
I call it
120.
architecture.
So yeah, I think it's going to be this year.
Another layer of smoke under the floor. Each doubt. Another inch of powder line in the path. 8 years of burn. 8 years of maybe later. 8 years if you fell off. I didn't fall. I was following the fuse. Now, listen close. That sound you hear ain't time running out.
What's up, Philip? You think we're repeating
The fuse is gone now.
10/19, 2013?
All that's left
Yeah, that's what I've been saying for a while.
is what it was leading to.
I think it's more like here, January 2013. With repeated tests of the highs, higher lows before the vertical breakout.
They keep talking like it's sudden. Like I ain't mapped the blast radius 5 winters back. Like I ain't write the code, bury it under their arrogance. You don't set detonation, you schedule it. Yeah, this ain't love, it's latency. Every L was latency. Watch the noise, took notes on the symmetry.
From, you say that it's the same from 10/19?
Perfect timing. They busy
I don't know, this was,
I ain't chased nothing, I designed it. All these charts look random till you wide in the frame. All these kings look safe till you light up the chain. Pressure never broke me, bait me. They thought it was quiet.
I think it's more similar still to here.
Pressure never broke me, bait me. They thought it was quiet, I was calibrated. Every pause, pin in the map. Now the room glow white, detonation. 8 years of still hands, one line of code. You can hear the hum if you ever slow. Whole system built on borrowed hope. I just fed the truth to the circus smoke. They love to worship what they don't use. Talk conviction can't pay dues. I don't shout, I let proof move. Now the walls echo what I drew. Pressure never broke me, baby. They thought it was quiet, I was calibrated. Every pause, pin in the map. Now the room glow white, detonation. Pressure never broke me, baby. They thought it was quiet, I was calibrated. Every pause, pin in the map. Now the room glow white, detonation. Funny thing about time, it don't heal it home. You can't rush ignition, you just wait for the etiquette. They thought collapse, I call it long.
Yeah, Bitcoin looks like it's about to break down here.
When it finally talks.
Silver rallying. Yeah, it has been lately. Who knows? I mean, I don't think if you weren't accumulating it
They keep talking like it's sudden, huh?
the last few years, I would never buy something on a all-time high breakout like this. I'd accumulate if I believed in the fundamentals. And if it already passed the all-time high, I'd look for something else. I don't believe in the fundamental story for gold and silver relative to their prices now. I don't think it does it any good holds like long term to just hold silver in like an ETF. Same with Bitcoin, same with Litecoin. It's going multiple triple digits? Yeah, it could. But I don't know, it's already, what is it, like a $2.5 trillion asset?
Conviction can't pay dues. I don't shout, I let proof move. Now the walls echo what I drew. Pressure never broke me, baby. They thought it was quiet, I was calibrated. Every pause, pin in the map. Now the room glow white, detonate. Pressure never broke me, baby. They thought it was quiet, I was calibrated.
Yeah, true, a long way. Inflation adjusted. Maybe it never reaches those highs again. I don't think it'll attract a monetary premium anymore. There's too much competition. I don't think we're going to mass adoption of trading metals again. You just need our one breakout above these highs and get the crowd interested again.
Yeah. When the flash fades, you see what was always there.
Is Charles bearish now?
Yeah. Pressure made light made silence. Now I'm left with both a calm that came from violence. The walls still carved with what was said. Truth still talks, two was dead. They'll call it luck, I call it debt repaid. Cars clear, the final line connected. Now it's peace, it's the kind you earn, not the kind gifted after losing what you came. The smoke still hangs, but it don't choke, it just reminds me everything real starts broke. What's left glow slow after the burn. So still light.
Wow, all these quantum computing companies. This is up 60x.
Frozen in sound. I walk through them like holy ground. Every ghost a teacher now. Every fall rewrote the vow. The fire didn't end, it changed form. Heat became hot, pain became norm.
This is the same kind of chart pattern that ETH BTC has, like a bullish harmonic pattern with accumulation, right? Increasing volume at the lows. Seen this happen so many times. Some variation of this. It looks like the LTC BTC chart on the yearly time frame. Like, I've seen it so often. It was in treasuries prior to the great financial crisis where they rallied. Sometimes it takes the low, but it's the same type of pattern. Higher high, or high, low, lower high, and then all the way to the lows. ETH BTC actually did take the lows here in 2015. And I think we are going to new all-time highs against Bitcoin. Above 0.05. This is the biggest divergence between expectations and the reality of how this market will naturally scale. And happening on the yearly time frame is insane, because you never see such a pattern that plays out over 15 years. Rarely ever.
Used to need a call back, used to need a sign.
What was I gonna look at?
Used to watch the numbers just to feel alive. Used to think the silence when I wasn't right.
What's up, Jack?
Yeah, I sleep at night.
All good.
Used to chase a maybe, used to beg a why. Used to see my worth in someone else's eyes.
Yeah, I get the idea of like maintaining purchasing power. The one assumption you have to make with metals, because it hasn't done that in the past, right? Silver was demonetized. You have to assume constant demand for the money, or that the money won't, you know, get out-competed. Just like you have to assume that with every form of money. It will maintain stable purchasing power if it maintains monetary network effects. But if it gets out-competed, then it won't do that. It's just, again, so hard for me to imagine that people go back to trading gold and silver. I think it's a popularity contest on it that's pushing this up. People are like, oh, you gotta avoid inflation. It finally broke out, so it's getting a lot of attention. People are piling in. How's copper doing? Wasn't there like some gold copper ratio? I don't understand these ratios. Like, the correlations make no sense to me other than they've historically worked. But I don't like historical. That's why I don't like the Ben Cowan style analysis. It's like, oh, this has happened and therefore it will happen again, without understanding the reasons why. It's worked. It'll work until it fails miserably. I'd rather bet on what I know to be true. Making one assumption. And I'm fine with the risk.
They'll show up when it's rising, say they knew it all along, but I remember every eyelid that closed when I sang my song. I don't care if you buy.
I don't feel FOMO anymore. I don't feel like, if I don't see something like the quantum computing stuff, I had no idea no expertise there. So congrats on the people that made a lot of money and gold, silver, whatever went up. What do you want? Chicken? Okay.
I don't care when you sell. I've been riding through the lows, knowing just another swell. You can cash out, fade out, wish me well.
The dollar will die. I mean, people, I think eventually, but that narrative is so loud when the dollar's monetary network effects have never been stronger. And until you can route around the government's control with decent privacy, I don't... It will be a real crisis when it becomes less relevant, and there will be a lot of violence. Like, I think U.S. government would go to war to try to defend the dollar. Right, if Bitcoin actually threatened it and was adopted on these decentralized marketplaces. So it's gonna take a while. And gold and silver would just be banned again if it did threaten the dollar. The thing that worked for governments the first time is just convincing everyone that they'd maintain a currency pegged to gold. Just reestablish trust. So I don't see why they do anything different this time. They need the monopoly of our money more than ever. People are gonna have to resist, and I think there's no easier way to do it. It's still hard right now. But I've heard David Burkett even talking about the idea that eventually we'll get to perfect privacy. He thinks it's possible. That's what will be the most important part of this. It's going to be really weird when people are getting rich from holding dominant black market monies as the government, as it's like getting banned from exchanges, they're still getting rich. That will be the weirdest change, because that's what should happen, right? If it starts to make an impact, it'll be targeted by governments. And if it successfully resists the capture and people can be private and anonymous, then it'll be a lot different than it is today, where people don't care if you get rich off of crypto speculation. It'd be absolutely hated if it fulfills its value prop. Maybe we formed a bottom here against alts, and we're just gonna keep this trend and go vertical. I think it's actually decently likely here. Check wave basis. Yeah, that's why I made that song, you know. The classic. But that, it's weird because the idea is so unpopular, but it's the only value prop for crypto. The original value proposition of crypto. The only thing that actually I think truly has long-term potential. Everything else seems kind of pointless to me. Oh, we got a 1209. Nice. It's the LTC ETH. Should head up, at least temporarily. See either the actual bottom or at least a temporary bottom. For years now, yes. Is Bitcoin in a decent descending wedge? I don't know. This looks more like it's about to roll over and break support to me. It's like a rounded, these rounded tops. Looks like it wants to accelerate down. Already filled over 50% of that wick down. Honestly, I don't know, but Litecoin looks stronger than Bitcoin to me.
Crowd to clap, I know my sound. Watch them rise on noise, then come crashing down. Soul dreams in a moment, I built truth from the ground. When the lights fade out, I'm still around. They loud on the stage, but hollow in the soul.
We have some bullish divergence here on ETH. The weekly time frame. Even though we had this huge candle down, closed red, still forming bullish divergence there. Oh, I missed my... I was supposed to have Eden Yago today, but I had some personal stuff happen. So we're going to try to reschedule that. I actually agree with this. Yeah, I don't know why Ben Cowan's recommending trying to, if you're bullish on alts, to just wait. He says he's like 100% confident that either Bitcoin goes down here and alts go down more, or Bitcoin rallies and alts don't. I wouldn't be that confident in that happening. Just because alts were totally wiped out. There's not much leverage there. There's way more leverage in Bitcoin here. And if these pump on their own, who's going to want to buy Bitcoin? And over altcoins that go up 300%. I feel bad for all the people who capitulate out of altcoins, or at least strong altcoins into Bitcoin here, just because of recency bias. Yeah, I didn't post the stream on X. Oh, thanks for sharing it. Down timber. Yeah, maybe at least temporarily. I don't know. We could still finish this month green. Let's just see if this buying at the lows can keep up here. Hold this level. If we rally from here, we're gonna break 135. I saw some traders being bullish link over Litecoin here, and it doesn't make sense to me. Yeah, everyone thinks anyone who's bullish on Litecoin is unserious. What's the most surprising thing to me in this market is how Bitcoin speculation is still deemed somewhat different than speculation on other altcoins. And there's no fundamental case for Bitcoin, really, that's ever argued in monetary network effects like it was argued in past cycles. It doesn't hold up anymore. So it's somehow, it's just so confusing that people can be so bullish on BTC just because of recent price action over the last decade. And be taken seriously when it's like rising for the same reasons all these dog coins go up. How long do you guys think we consolidate here at the lows? Last time, before we rallied? It's like 100 days. This bottoming process was about 100 days too. But I think what we'll eventually see is, I don't think we're going to see consolidation into Bitcoin from worthless alts like memes. But I think we're going to see consolidation into dominant altcoins. Nice. Funding rates heading negative again.
It's a minute, but the ground remember. Now everything's waking up.
Yeah, Bitcoin has positive funding rates here, and most alts have negative funding. Evening, Eric. What's up?
Stayed quiet, let them talk. Kept it steady, built a block. They move fast, we played smart. Now we're glowing in the
Such a boring market right now.
the hits, we took the stairs. Skip the cloud, who even cares? Now we're up, no shade, no shame. Real ones don't need to name the game. Better late, better late, better late than never. Yeah, we straight took our time. Who cares? Now we rise and you have to stare. They were early, but too loud. Burned out quick, lost in the crowd. We stay close, we stay true. Now it's clear we better late than never. Yeah, we straight took our
I feel like there's not a good way to short Litecoin. It doesn't have CME futures, and I think people are scared to use leverage on exchanges now that maybe we don't see heavy short interest. Ugh. So tired.
didn't flex, didn't beg. We just moved.
I'm not trying to hate, but you're thinking such heavy use of reverse psychology is actually scaring people away from Litecoin. Yeah, potentially. I don't know. I think it's just in this negative feedback loop where people don't believe in it because it hasn't moved. And it's taken so long that, you know, the only people here now if you hadn't gotten shaken out in 4 years, there's a little chance that you do. Because this is like like 2 decades in normal markets. right? If the chain is not, you know, going to zero and downturning. There's a lot like that. That just went away. Whoops. They're kind of pumping now, but they literally are zombie coins or dead chains. Actually, Link kind of looks the same on a 3-month chart. Not quite as compressed, but yeah, Jack, it's true. It's how it always is. Nobody's gonna believe until price action confirms it, and then that's what gets everyone to FOMO. And this is true in every single asset. In quantum computing, every single asset that went on parabolic growth started at stages of disbelief. Like, nobody, all the mainstream media, everyone in real life would say it's worthless. Whether it's quantum computing or Tesla or Amazon early on, it's always the same. There's a small group that have fundamental conviction in the idea. In the quantum computing world, I'm sure it was just people who had a deep understanding of that space and where it was headed. Same with AI early on. It wasn't even taken seriously. Same with Bitcoin. Same with ETH. And then once they breach like certain levels, they get the mainstream to pile in. Because then it's like validated. The headlines start getting increasingly bullish. Just a process every new technology or company has to go through. I think Litecoin's no different. People believed in it way harder in 2013 when it was already like super high risk and the market hadn't developed at all. You didn't even need a second Bitcoin chain. And in 2017 when again the same was true. Now it's never been stronger. It's so funny how market psychology works. What's up, Nick? What do you think? Think we're gonna hang around at the lows for a while? Think Bitcoin's gonna take out these lows? It kind of looks like it. I think Bitcoin does. I think altcoins actually hold up better than Bitcoin. You should come on here, Nicholas. Give us your updated thoughts. You're tired? Shoot, yeah, we're all pretty tired. This is not the time to give up. Nick, have you been paying attention to the volume here? I know you don't look at it too much probably, but it's the only indicator I really trust. And this is far more significant volume with a lot of bullish divergence on all these volume indicators. I've never seen Litecoin price go straight down and be absorbed this well with vertical rises in AD. It really hasn't happened at any time when price has been going down. It's the same on CMF. Makes me think we recover within a month. Got to take your daughter to the park? Oh, okay. Alright, sweet. Sounds good. Yeah, whenever. I think it's interesting that we've seen the same volume signature prior to rallies on the Bitcoin pair that we're seeing now. Not here on Kraken, but on Coinbase. Where's it at? Right, it happened at the lows here before our rally. Here, even started. Back there. And we have the most completely reset open interest. It's lowest it's been really in a couple years. It's November of 24. Negative funding. And a lot of volume on Coinbase, which is mainly spot. So I actually think in combination with how these pair charts look, the fact that each rally and subsequent consolidation is getting shorter in time. We basically did this same thing against others right here, but over a much compressed time frame. And then again here, a slow bleed into the lows. This is more of a fast, sharp drop into the lows and decent rebound so far. I think it's going to continue and we're going to break out of this range. It looks the same against a lot of altcoins, like ADA. This it didn't actually retrace all the way to the bottom. And this I don't know, it's possibly bottom here and try to test the highs. Same with XRP, this looks pretty good. LTC XRP. Litecoin might regain strength against the rest of the market. Even against Link, which I know like that Joe Matoshi guy thinks like Link's gonna pump way beyond all-time highs, but Litecoin's not. And we're right at the bottom side of this triangle. It's very similar to Zcash. You spend less time each time you test these trend lines at the highs or the lows.
I just
Pretty similar. One, two, three, four. When the fourth test here, it I guess it dropped in the lows one more time, but very quickly after, within a couple weeks, it broke out. So within a month, it tested 21 month and a half, 21 all-time high. But Litecoin, honestly, it looks stronger than Zcash. Let's rip and let all the people who capitulated try to buy back in as Litecoin's rallying. Jack, if they're infinite, they're practically USD. Big question for so many of the tokens is, what do you even do with them? Well, the supply practically is infinite because people just keep creating new chains and new narratives, but now it's so like recycled and so abundant. The market will have to consolidate into winners. And eventually the speculative market should catch up with what's happening on the monetary side. It's weird because this looks weird, this chart. This market's been completely disconnected from reality for a long time. I thought Tezos was like dead. I don't even know what this is, but I remember it from 2017. Didn't something happen where like people lost all their tokens for some reason in 2017 or 2018? Remember there's some scandal with Tezos. Why is that Chris guy pumping this token? RSR. Yeah, I never knew much about it, except there was like a community around it pushing it in 2017. I didn't I didn't know anything about it though. What's it supposed to do? Bitcoin looks so weak to me on all these indicators. This kind of looks like Wyckoff distribution. The deviation, right? Inverted accumulation with like the spring here. This is like last point of support before breakdown, at least on this lower time frame structure. I don't know enough to be confident in that, but it does look like this. Like pretty one-to-one right there, exactly this schematic, and volume kind of, which is what you would look at, paints the same picture, but I don't know, Coinbase maybe is better source for volume. Just so much bearish divergence. The funniest outcome to me is alt season Bitcoin just dies. But I think it reverses still. This is the first time Bitcoin's had bearish divergence at the highs for on-balance volume. And CMF here, which has been a pretty good signal. Right, you had it here. Slight higher high, lower high in CMF. This is more significant now. Same on the monthly too. You didn't have it last cycle, but you have it now. Or it looks like the inverse on Litecoin. And insanely inverse on the LTC BTC pair. On Coinbase at least. I don't know, all this stuff points to master being right. These indicators. I'd love for master to be right and Bitcoin just gets annihilated while Litecoin moons. I see it as possible. I thought we needed a migration catalyst, but it could just be speculative. Long way. Well, Litecoin is down more from the recent highs because it almost broke out, right? And it was relatively strong against everything else. So, like, yeah, over that time frame, it looks bad, but it depends on where you're starting from. That you're on.
They said not your keys, not your coins.
I think Litecoin's gonna recover much stronger and actually break out.
They said decentralize everything.
Same thing I've been saying forever.
Everyone who asks questions. You said it was freedom, said it was truth. Now you're on stage with suits in a booth, begging the banks to validate worth. ETF dreams while you sell out the earth. Max is slide, now the block fees climb. 200 some mood, that's a money crime. You said we changed the world, make it free, but now it's a gold bar on a private key. You kill layer one just to shield a scam. Lightning died and you still don't scram. Your screen store value but can't explain why the real use case just boarded a plane. Max is slide, we verified. They took the dream and monetized. Built a church, locked the doors, preaching freedom while shilling war. Max is slide, truth denied. Change the code and justify. Burn the path, blame the chain, but deep down you feel the shame. You said one chain, one shot, but it priced
This guy's been a good technical analyst, calling a short term
Maxi said no out will last, now they chase me points going back to stash. Call me a scam, but who's really clean? You talk cypherpunk, now you're mainstream. Not about truth, it's about the brand. Your heroes rich but don't understand. This ain't about blocks or a white paper quote, it's about who's still.
That makes sense.
Maxi's lie, we verify. Took the orange, then petrified.
See the metals slow down a bit.
What a joke, you beg Wall Street for the yoke. Maxi's lie, can't deny. The Blockspace broken, so did pride. We're still here, you're still mad, and deep down it's kinda sad. You said run your no, but when fees hit 300, your no stop mattering.
Guys, I don't think this is gonna take
but no one
many
settles
more
anymore,
months.
they speculate. You said Bitcoin fixes this, but you never asked what broke. Maximalism
I think
died.
Litecoin's
You just
about
never
to
held the
regain
fiddle.
its strength here. This looks like it wants to break out in the next few weeks against alts. Maybe alts come back down to fill this wick here. Whoops.
They said it was slow, it's the
The
opposite.
opposite.
Said it was dead, it's the opposite. Called it a copy, it's the opposite. Said no one used it, it's the opposite. They said BTC was scale, it's the opposite. Said fees don't matter, it's the opposite. Said store value, but no one trades. Now Litecoin clears what Bitcoin weighed. They say it's done, it's the opposite. Say it's weak, it's the opposite. Say it's gone, it's the opposite. Look again, it's the opposite. They call it boring, it's the opposite. Called it forgotten, it's the opposite. You laughed in 2018. Now it's back on every screen.
About to be on every screen, guys. Attention. Feels liquidity. Hopefully we can retain it for a few months. I just don't know how you get people wanting to buy Bitcoin BTC when the second BTC chain starts breaking out. Who's gonna be convinced to buy Bitcoin or BTC over the other Bitcoin that has way more room for growth? It's just not gonna make sense. Once we have attention,
They told you how the story ends, but this isn't their story anymore.
Let's see. Close this week out strong.
I bet on chain. You want new toys, I want old truths. You count the features, I count what moves. It ain't love, it's memory. It ain't hype, it's history. The only one still standing when the cycle turns to tragedy. It's not that I love Litecoin, it's just the one that's still here. Why they all scream new narratives? I just kept my ledger clear.
Bitcoin's not too big to fail because there's no one that's gonna bail Bitcoin out.
It just kept the blocks in check. It just kept the blocks in check. They said this one scales, then it crashed by noon. They promised deals.
I just think, and people weren't around for this, but the amount of outflow from exchanges for Litecoin on CoinGlass is quite interesting because it's higher in history. In dollar amount, even though price hasn't moved up much, like a lot of the other coins show that, but like relative to the market cap size, it's not as significant as Litecoin's. And do you know if CoinGlass uses all exchanges for this? I wish we could see percentage, like instead of just dollar volume outflow, we could do it as a percent of market cap. I guess I could have ChatGPT do this. This might pump. But ETH is higher than Bitcoin's, and it's 4x lower in market cap, more than 4x.
The block is full. Your transaction dropped. Fee so high, broke your dream. Now I move for pennies clean. You called it sound, but sound went stale when blocks filled up with private sale. You said it at scale. Show me where. I just see whales bidding for air. Used to be for people peer to peer. Now it's bids and bots. No one near. You locked the gates, priced out the core. The very ones it was built for. Said store of value, okay, then show. But when no one moves,
has a really high outflow relative to market cap, 132 million, but it's probably some coin that was just printed. Link to it's high relative to market cap, 360 to 12 billion, and like yeah, more outflow in Link over the last 30 days.
I don't need a slogan, I need a chain that clears the world without the pain. You maxed the fee and killed the use. Now talk of freedom feels like abuse. You priced out dreams.
Oh, BCH does not show this.
But you're not allowed. The price to send is random, or you don't own freedom, you own a score. So I moved on, found a lane with no congestion, just honest chain. Like coin ain't loud, but it's alive. Clears my trades, don't need to strive. Blockspace crisis, bids too high. Only suits with bots can buy. Bank the unbanked, sounds real cute till fees decide who gets the root. Blockspace crisis, dream betrayed while Litecoin clears.
Have you guys ever used
No slogans, no games, just work in silence.
this Top Trader?
You thought scarcity would save you, but
Metric.
scarcity without use is a prison.
It's interesting to me that BCH and
You
Litecoin
thought
have the
value
highest
came from price, but value comes from function.
Top Trader longs or shorts.
Blockspace isn't infinite, and neither is trust. Blockspace crisis, Windows gone. Used to move, now just hold on. You'd say it's digital gold, fine, but don't call it money if I can't spend. Blockspace crisis, chain stood still. Litecoin
Looks like a good bullish divergence on the monthly RSI for LTC others.
Locked in the vault, they call it wealth. But no one spends, flex is stealth. TVL, don't pay your rent. If no one's moving, then what's the intent? Charts full of ghost town stats look rich, but try to trade and it barely ticks. I don't chase noise, I
This was a crazy rally in October. This is like a crypto type rally. This is an 80x move.
Is money that never stays, or lose it.
If I saw this chart pattern, I would have noticed the similarities. It's a top performing crypto asset.
You bought the top, now you wait for hope. But I've been sending coins with no rope. No bridges, no airdrops, no points to mine. Just
We saw it here.
2011. I see chains talk.
Short-term treasuries.
They peak at launch, then barely crawl me while I'm quiet, moving still.
Kind of seeing it now again in long-term treasuries.
Use it or lose it. You can't fake demand. Show me who's using it, not who just ran a brand. Use it or lose it. I don't talk, I do. Your coin's a promise. Mine just moves through. You don't need a million features, just one that works. You don't need hype, you need history. Most chains peak on the first day.
Yeah, there's a lot of government involvement. It seems
They're
like
just getting started.
we have too much government involved in markets in general. They shouldn't have so much influence, but they're so big now that they can affect, they can pick winners. Nice. Litecoin looks so much better than most of the alts that rallied hard the last few days. I need to finish up some of my videos. To prepare for this.
Say the right phrase, they'll clap on cue. Say something real,
Is there anything interesting
you thought it was logic, it's theater now.
that we can check out? What's been going on
They said don't trust, then build a
in the crypto
church.
space that we can watch?
Defines your worth. You wear the logo, earn the praise. But what's that coin actually say?
Been watching a lot of Chris Farley videos.
Round it goes, say it back.
See if the XRP guys are still here. Yeah, this dude in this car again.
No new view. Say what they say or they'll turn on you.
Oh, that's a different guy.
Think you're free. You're just retweeting what
This guy's
they
still
need.
here.
No escape. Truth don't trend, it sits and waits. You post a line, the crowd reacts. They love the mask, not the facts. You used to question, now you chant. You used to think,
Caesar's bearish.
now you rant.
Nice.
The chain don't care who's loudest here. It settles truth, block to peer. But you don't check that anymore. Just wait for likes and call it war. Praise the king, say his name, don't change a thing. Fall in line. up outside every time. Echo, echo, screaming loud, but silence moves beneath the crowd. Echo, echo, noise don't win, only
And
change
Ben
that
Cowan's
bleed
killing it over everyone else
They told you to
in terms of
think
view
for
counts.
yourself, as long as you think like that.
This guy.
You left the system just to build another. Echo, echo.
Nice.
But
Is this
truth
a troll
doesn't
or is this real? It'd be nice if this was legit.
It's settled. Echo, 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 echo.
I'm glad you made a lot of money, Sonny, off the Zcash rally. Chris Farley MK, yep. Yeah, I know. The Bitcoin Maxi is saying Bitcoin's the only coin you need to buy. Like, any type of coin promotion is the same. That's what's so funny to me. It doesn't matter. Like, if Bitcoin was the best money, you wouldn't need to say it. Right? You would need to try to convince other people that it is. And do you really care about other people, right? Like, originally Bitcoin Maximum was like, we're going to protect people from losing all their money. That's what they said to themselves. But do they really care, right? No, they don't. They care about their own bag, so it's just an argument. It's like some moral superiority type complex. If Bitcoin was the best money, you wouldn't have to say, like, you literally wouldn't have to say anything. And there'd be no reason Litecoin would have any users. It would be at 0. So it's so funny to me because they're just winning in the popularity contest, but they don't realize it. That's why I think Bitcoin has so much downside. I know there's an insane amount of leverage in Bitcoin, and it's just like a meme coin that's been convincing enough for people to continuously allocate. Yeah, it had some fundamental strength, I think, back through mid part of 2017, but then every bear market was just huge increase in people just bidding for Bitcoin without really understanding fundamentals at all, and just self-fulfilling prophecy. It's a giant bubble. And when this trend, this 100% year-over-year growth stops and starts declining, like, the amount of people convinced will all eventually capitulate. And that's why I think it's going to take forever after Bitcoin tops, if it already hasn't, to regain momentum. It'll have to compete, and as other things start seeing more adoption, and Bitcoin's just this expensive, high secure network, you're not going to have much demand. Not enough to increase the price. All the leverage, the $50 billion that Michael Saylor borrowed, and all the other, people who are taking Bitcoin backed loans are going to end up losing. That's the reality. And I know that, like, it's a greater fool game. The party is going to end. And I kind of can't wait for that moment, because I think they deserve it. Turning up tonight? I don't know. I don't know about that. We can party when we finally clear 135. Or if we reverse within the next week off these lows. I think if we reclaim like 110, 115, assuming open interest doesn't go crazy, which I don't think it will. We're gonna break out. We're gonna absolutely full send if we can do that. It'd be perfect, like when starting to send amidst, you know, malaise or just boring market activity with everything else. What's up, Inevitable? How you doing, sir? We're just hanging out. As always. Cycling through charts. But this really, all these pairs to me look like they want to roll over, like momentum's changed, even with that wipeout, like when it's starting to regain strength. It's showing way more interest than before on the volume side after correction. It's quite different than all these other coins like XRP, right? Giant spike in volume on the downtrend, but not much afterwards. Oh, nice. Driving home. Yeah, drive safe, sir. My brother just texted me. Yeah, I hope that does happen. Master deserves. Master deserve it. I disagree with like the assumptions he's making, but I come to kind of the same conclusion. It'd be so fun to watch Master troll everyone after he's been persistently trolling everyone for years. It just makes me laugh. Like going to 7 trillion next year. I really thought the only way we'd get an insane rally out of Litecoin above like 2 to 4K is if we had the fundamental catalyst. Because I know it's possible and likely under a blow off in Bitcoin and like $500 fee levels, just because I know there's a lot of activity. Like it'd price out everything below 10K or so, and there's a lot of $10,000 transactions. Would pump the price, and then with momentums and change in narrative, totally would destroy the maximalist ideology like overnight. The people would not be so sure that Bitcoin's going to win. And yeah, Eat the rich. I mean, there's a lot of good rich people out there that produce far more than they consume, but there's also a lot of rich people that don't do anything and make money from stealing it from others. Like the political elite, it's kind of like the crypto elite. They didn't do anything. Pumped and dumped tokens. So many similarities between politics and the current state of crypto. Always enjoy Master's posts. Yeah, well, if this story, I think if we do, when we do break out here, if and when, if it's quite explosive, people will want to listen finally to other points of view. Because just catching a move, basically, from the bottom, like from the bottom of the cycle here to the high, it would already outperform Bitcoin. And especially as it, you know, if it's in the context of the transaction stats passing BTC, people would want to hear the reasoning, and then the speculative premium should move from Bitcoin to Litecoin, as it changes the whole mental valuation framework people are using, which honestly isn't much right now. It's just number go up because other people are going to buy it, but it'll force a more serious conversation. You know what really grinds my gears? Cardano. Nice, Eric. Crash not over? What's up, SPL? Yeah, maybe not. People have a lot of profits in a lot of these other assets. Quantum stocks, AI stocks, gold and silver. We just need some rotation now. I mean, once crypto gets momentum, all the people will come flooding back. It's hard to believe that you know, a lot of these altcoins could go lower than they wick down. I think that it's highly likely they don't go any lower than that wick low, because that was 10 times larger than the largest liquidation event we had. People didn't want to sell down there, they just were forced to.
They said not your keys, not your coins. Then they cheered for BlackRock. They said decentralize everything. Then they censored everyone who asked questions. You said it was freedom, said it was truth. Now you're on stage with suits in a booth, begging the banks to validate worth. ETF dreams like the earth. Max is slide, now the block fees climb. 200 some mood, that's a money crime. You said we changed the world, make it free.
Chat's not refreshed on my screen. Oh, let me fix that. I don't know why it's like that. Let's see. How do I do this? I forgot. It's been a while since. You said one chain, one shot, but it priced out the whole damn lot. You call Litecoin a testnet toy, but it's moving value while you deploy. Maxi said no, I will last.
they chase me in coins for a bag to stash. Call me a scam, but who's really clean? You talk cypherpunk, now you're mainstream. Not about truth, it's about the brand. Your hero's rich, but don't understand. This ain't about blocks or a white paper quote. It's about who's still clearing the boat. Max's lie, we verified. Took the orange, then petrified. Freedom money, what a joke. You beg Wall Street for the yoke. Max's lie, can't deny.
Let's see.
Blockspace broken, so did pride. We're still here, you're still mad, and deep down it's kinda sad. You said run your nose.
Why is it?
But when fees hit 300,
Maybe I can just re-add it. Let me delete it.
you said final settlement, but no one settles anymore, they speculate. You said Bitcoin fixes this, but you never asked what broke. Maximalism died, you just never held the funeral.
Okay, it should be saved now. Oh, how do I make it transparent? I've done this like a few times, but it's been a while. Maybe that's transparent now.
Now it's back on every screen. You said hype wins, it's the opposite. Said no one builds, it's the opposite. You follow trends, I follow blocks.
Did it fix it?
You missed the chain that never stopped. They say it's done, it's the opposite. Say it's weak, it's the opposite. Say it's gone, it's the opposite. Look again, it's the opposite. They say it's done, it's the opposite. Say it's weak, it's the opposite. Say it's gone, it's the opposite. Look again, it's the opposite. They told you how the story ends, but this isn't their story anymore.
One sec, let me try to fix this.
It's the opposite. They said not your keys, not your coins.
Should be fixed
And they
now.
cheered for BlackRock. They said decentralize everything. Then they censored everyone who asked questions. You said it was freedom, said it was truth. Now you're on stage with suits in a booth, begging the
No, it
banks to
was
validate
fixed
worth.
before, I just didn't
ATM
update
sell
it.
out the earth. Max is lying on
Load
block
my
fees,
stream.
That's a mood, that's a money crime. You said we changed the world, make it free, but now it's a gold bar on a private key. You kill layer one just to shield a scam. Lightning died and you still don't scram. Your screen store value but can't explain why the real use case just boarded a plane.
What are we doing besides looking at these charts?
Took the dream and monetized, built a church, locked the doors, preaching
Yeah, what are you guys doing?
truth denied, change the code and justify. Burn the path, blame the chain, but deep down you feel the shame. You said one chain, one shot, but it priced out the whole damn lot. You call Litecoin a testnet toy, but it's moving value while you deploy. Maxi said no out will last, now they chase me in coins for a bag to stash. Call me a scam, but who's really clean? You talk cypherpunk, now you're mainstream. Not about truth, it's about the brand. Your hero's rich, but don't understand. This ain't about blocks or a white paper quote, it's about who's still clearing the boat. Maxi's lie, we verified. Took the orange, then petrified. Said freedom money, what a joke. You beg Wall Street for the yoke. Maxi's lie, can't deny. The Blockspace broken, so did pride. We're still here, you're still mad, and deep down it's kinda sad. You said run your nose, but when fees hit 300, your nose stopped mattering. You said final settlement, but no one settles anymore, they speculate.
Playing Echoes of Wisdom, watching crypto crash.
But you never asked what broke.
Nice, nice.
Maximalism
I need to
died,
go
you just never held the funeral.
shower. Shower, sleep. Man.
They said it was slow, it's the opposite. Said it was dead, it's the opposite.
What's up, Curious Action? Alright guys, yeah, I'll probably be done here, but I think the main thing here is the volume looks really strong. Why do I have this Capriel thing on here? This is the first time we've seen this 80 indicator, this volume indicator, rise vertically on a price drop. We're seeing much higher volume than we've seen in previous corrective periods. So if this maintains while open interest and funding rates stay low, what the heck, then I think we're in a good spot to rally off the lows. And funding rates are going more negative, so let's see if spot buyers can overwhelm these future short sellers and get a little bit of a squeeze and reclaim this momentum. So it's that, the volume, that looks bullish relative to everything else. And then kind of this parabolic trend against all this Cardano, XRP, and really others makes me think this can approach the highs by the end of the month and potentially break out. And who knows what Bitcoin, I don't know what Bitcoin is going to do here. It looks like either break the lows or go sideways. So let's see, but looks a lot better than everything else in my opinion. So just a little more patience, and it'll be our time. But thanks for coming, appreciate it. Hope you guys have a good night. And the Litecoin account just confirm your charts. Nice. Yeah. 120 song. Look, Bro's just drawing random shit. Yeah, I keep technical analysis pretty simple. I think the only thing that really matters is the high time frame idea. It's like the fundamental story in confluence with the macro context and, you know, the tightest compression on a 4-year time frame or 3-month chart that we've ever seen in crypto, really. So I think we're good. On-chain and technical indicators suggest accumulation. Nobody's paying attention. Sentiment's in a perfect spot broadly. So we wait. Alright guys, hope you all have a good night, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Appreciate you all. Have a good night.